Yeah, hi guys, Peter back for yet another video. This is going to be a subscriber request. I'm going to review this album. It's an album from 1977. Actually, it was released on September 2nd, 1977. Their eighth studio album, Thin Lizzy, Bad Reputation. You could see them there. There are three of them on the cover. There's no Brian Robertson there. Apparently, there was disagreements with someone. He ended up not being on the cover. Apparently on the I've heard on I've done some research on the album, the actual record, he was on the back cover and the inner sleeve. So if I'm wrong, let me know. But apparently he played a little bit on this album. So he's a great guitarist, and actually he did some one album with Motorhead later on. So yeah, so apparently a bit of a drinker, but we'll talk about the album and let's go. First of all, as I said, September 1977, recorded in Canada. It's about 36 minutes in length. Produced by Thin Lizzy and Tony Visconti. Of course, Tony Visconti's been, has produced Bowie and so on, many artists. Had one single, Dancing in the Moonlight. It's caught me in its spotlight. As I said, the cover, just the three of them there. Apparently, Brian Robinson had been, from my research done, been fired from the band a couple of times actually, and he did injure his hand around this time and was being in a bar fight. So there you go. That's that. As I said, guys, 8 studio album. Of course, Brian Robinson plays on some of the album. You got Scott Gorham, who took a lot of the guitar duties, took a lot on this album. You got Brian Downey on the drums and Phil Lynott, of course, the great Phil Lynott, bass vocals and songwriter, great songwriter. But here we'll get into the tracks now. So it starts off with a good rocking song. I like the feel of this, the melody. I think it's a great opener. Soldier of Fortune. I think it's one of my favorite songs, Cindy. I like the feel of it. I said, guys, I just took to this song immediately. It's a really good song. A really good song as an opener for your album, I think. So it's a really good start to the album. Then we got The Bad Reputation. I like this song. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. A lot of people put it down as one of their best songs. I like it. I like the drums on it by Brian Downey. It's got great percussion and the drums. The drum sounds good on it. But a good song, a very good song, without being one of my favorites, I reckon. So I'll go back. Yeah, look off the album. Next song is a good rocking song, Opium Trail. I really like this one. Good rocking from Lizzy on this one. They really cook up a storm on it. A really great song. The band is in pretty good form on this album. I think I bring it home most of the time on this album, but not everything in here. I wouldn't say I love everything on here, but there you go. But I do love the next song, Southbound. A good. It's got a melancholy feel. It's a bit slowed down. It's got great guitar. I like these sort of songs. These slow melancholy. It's how I am. I like those sort of songs, and I think it's a stand. I think it's a great song. I love Southbound. Really, always have. Then we got the single, Dancing in the Moonlight. It's caught me in the spotlight. Very funky feel, prominent bass, bit of sax in there. Just a great piece, really. Thin Lizzy they could do that. They could sort of do the hard rock, and they could do this soul-y, funky, I guess you could call it soul, funky, poppy sort of music. And that's a great example of it there. Dancing in the Moonlight, really catchy tune. His voice suits it perfectly. Really a great choice for a single, I think, too. Dancing in the Moonlight's caught me in its spotlight. Now there's Killer Without a Cause is next. It's a good rocking song. It's a good rocker. I think it's a pretty good track without being overly great for me. But you got to realize for this album, I have heard this over the years quite a bit, but to the extent of Jailbreak or, you know, or what's a couple of the other albums, not to that extent, but I do know it quite well. And I went over it quite a bit before this review. A bit of a mellow one next. It's a pretty good track without being sensational. I reckon Downtown Sundown. It's a good one. Pretty good track. And then we get That Woman's Gonna Break Your Heart, which I do like. I do quite like. It's one of my favorites on here. I think it's a bit higher up in the songwriting quality, and a good melody to it, and good lyrics, and it's pretty self-explanatory as far as the title goes. That Woman's Gonna Break Your Heart. Okay, and then ninth and last track, Dear Lord, is a good rocking song. Not my favorite, but it's a pretty good track. So, as you can see, guys, for me, a lot of quite a lot of good tracks, but some just decent for me. I'll give you my three favorites in order. I'm going to give these in order. I might go Southbound as number one. I really love Southbound. I think it's a great song. Then I'm going to go number two, Dancing in the Moonlight. It's Caught Me in Its Spotlight. And three, I'm going to go Soldier of Fortune. That's my top three. Again, Southbound 1, Dancing in the Moonlight, Caught Me in Its Spotlight 2, and Soldier of Fortune 3. Least favorite, I don't know if I've got a, if I had to pick one, I don't know. Downtown Sundown maybe, but it's okay. You know, it's okay. But if I had to pick one. Not my favorite Thin Lizzy album, and not my down the bottom of the list Thin Lizzy album, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to give this, I think, a good score for this. I thought about long, I laboured over this for quite a while, because as I said, guys, I have, I know it rather well, this album, but not like as in Jailbreak, which everyone sort of, even, you don't have to be a Thin Lizzy fan, you probably know that album. But yeah, as I said, I think it's a good release, but I think I'm going to give it out of 10. If I had to give it a score, here it is again, I'm going to go 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a pretty good album, and as I said, it's a bit, it's got four or so crackers, real cracker bangers, or as they say, and some okay songs, but nothing really bad on the album. I think it holds up pretty well. Even today, it sounds pretty good. So it's getting on to like 40, how old now? 40, 46 years old. So it's getting up there to nearly 50 years. So as I said, guys, what would you give it out there? For me, a 7.5 out of 10. And these could change. I could give it another score later on. You know, it's all about today and how you hear it. 7.5 out of 10 for me. What would you give it? Comment, subscribe down below, all those things. And I'll see you guys again for another video. It won't be too far away. Bye for now.